You know, the Christmas season is so awash in so many different symbols that it can get a bit confusing. We have our secular symbols, we have our religious symbols, and the whole world seems to be transformed around Christmas time, and so much coming at us from every direction. A friend of mine was actually telling me recently that as a young kid, up until the time he was 10, he had Santa Claus and Jesus confused. He actually thought that Santa Claus was born in the manger and that Jesus wore red and white. And he said it was easy to get them confused because he was told that he saw if you did bad or good. He saw if you did bad or good, so he assumed that meant Jesus. And all of the mixed messages of Christmas really fouled him up for a very long time. I was thinking about some of the symbols and the mixed messages of Christmas, and I was looking at our beautiful sanctuary, seeing some of the symbols that are here for us to partake of for this Christmas liturgy. And you know, everybody has a Christmas tree, right? I mean, you probably have one right now, and maybe it even has more ornaments than this one. But you know, what has begun as a pagan symbol long ago, we've really adopted as a very important Christian symbol. I mean, the evergreen. Why the evergreen? I mean, it's the only tree that doesn't die. It keeps its life. It keeps its green throughout even the winter. All the other leaves fall away. But the evergreen stays evergreen, just like God's life, God's presence in us, born this day, never dies. And the lights, you know, we think they look nice, sure, but a central theme of this season is that light comes into our darkness. Why do we celebrate Christmas now? We're not sure if Jesus was born on December 25th, but it's the darkest time of the year. We just celebrated the winter equinox, December 21st, the darkest, shortest day. What better time to celebrate the light of Christ coming into the world in the midst of our own darkness, the times when we feel alone or lost or struggling. This deep, dead, dark winter is when we celebrate the light of Christ. And so we have this beautiful manger scene, this creche here to contemplate and to reflect upon. And you know, sometimes we lose the symbolism because we hear it so much. So Jesus was born in a manger. Well, you think, so what? But what is a manger? A manger is a feeding trough. So we have our God born in a feeding trough, but how appropriate it really is. Because this is bread for the world. This is food for hungry hearts. This is where we will come to be fed. So of course, our God is born in a manger. Bread for our lives, bread for the world, our sustenance comes to us. But even though it's in these poor circumstances, the gospel today is intent on telling us he's in swaddling clothes. Did you ever wonder what swaddling clothes means? Well, it means it's rich in fabric. This poor child in a manger is wrapped lavishly as a sign that this is God's beloved. Even though no room in the inn, even though in a manger, still beloved, still wrapped in swaddling clothes. God's beloved, our beloved. We too, God's beloved. And so we have much to celebrate and think about this Christmas. Maybe parts of your life don't feel evergreen. Maybe you're feeling kind of barren right now. Maybe you're feeling like parts of you are dying. To hold on to this beautiful image. Maybe you have your own darkness that you struggle with right now. To remember, the light burns brightly, even when we don't always perceive it. And the belovedness of swaddling clothes, wrap yourselves in them this Christmas. Believe in the God born among us, who now swaddles you and calls you beloved, blessed, and Merry Christmas.